Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight. Today we're looking at 3 amazing adventure coasters, so stay tuned and let's check them out. Alright, welcome back everybody. If you guys are new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. If you end up enjoying the video, feel free to leave a like. And if you guys enjoy the show and everything that I do here and want to support it further, you can do so by checking out my Patreon page. Links are down in the description below, along with our Discord. So come join us there as well. And with that out of the way, let's get into the first creation of the day. Jabberwocky, created by Jabberwocky. Hopefully I got that right. One of our Discord builders and golden patrons. Thank you so much for your support, Jabberwocky. That's a tough one. Hey Johnny, I've been watching this channel for a good while now and I really enjoy all the work that you put into it. Thank you very much. This is my very first coaster submission, Jabberwocky, based off the poem Jabberwocky from Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass and What Alice Found There. Boom. Very cool. Alrighty, so this looks like a spooky-ish nighttime adventure. So let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Alright, so we have a hybrid steel-topped Iron Fury RMC, and here's a look at all the stats. Very, very good. Let's give this thing a go, shall we? Okay, so very fast, furious, intense. I think there's a couple times that we crossed over some supports and killed ourselves. I'm pretty sure there was a stabbing moment, but yeah, a couple misguided placements there. The doors was kind of confusing. They're just random doors in a cave. They opened up at a very strange time. But I gotta say, certain parts of this ride, while it feels a little bit lacking in polish, the lighting actually came out pretty good. Other than the green, I would tone that down, or honestly just keep rolling with... I like the purples that you have going here. It does set this tone. The green kind of just pops out too much for me. I would have maybe gone with like a blue or something, because we do have that bluish smoke already, and I think it accents the purple quite nicely. But yeah, there are a couple things just floating about that were a little bit strange to me. The Jabberwocky's really cool. The smoke was really neat. So quite an interesting experience. So I think on the rider seat, it was quite interesting, quite fun. A pretty good coaster layout with some interesting interior theming. However, from the outside, and especially at daytime, it's looking a little bit drab and a little bit bland to be placed in a park. Definitely not the most appealing thing to drop down into a park. However, that's not always what these things are about. You guys are free to download the creations from the description below and put them in your park if you like, but sometimes it's about that expression. You said the Jabberwocky's from a poem, and you know, you're trying to do something to express your creativity, and that's what we're showcasing here today. So in that case, I think you've accomplished what you set out to do, but in terms of a park, this is just a pile of rocks. The rock work, it's always hard to do rock work, and especially for your first creation. For me, I would say just put in a little bit more variety, layer it up a bit, get a couple more of the lighter brown rocks down below or up above, and just try to create a bit of a gradient and a little bit of randomness to the rocks throughout. Rock work is never the funnest, but yeah, certain spots of this doesn't seem like it's making a whole lot of sense. It's just placed there to cover up, and just trying to make it a little bit more natural is definitely a difficult job. And looking at our part count, I'm assuming we're at 4K here. Only 2,000. So you definitely have room to layer in some more rocks. and then add some more bushes, scenery, things like that to make it feel a little bit more appealing on the outside. Boom. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below, and let's check out the next creation of the day. Sea Spirit, created by Kelvin, one of our Discord beginner builders, and here they say, "Hey Johnny, love your channel and your dedication to the community. My first submission here is approximately 2,000 piece coaster blueprint. Go through the underwater cave to find yourself a way through the water streams in your turtle themed spinning trains. This was for me the first time I used a lot of rocks, so feedback on that would be appreciated." It's kind of funny because we just talked about that. Of course, I like feedback on the coaster as a whole. Thank you in advance for giving me the opportunity. You are very welcome, kind sir. Let's take a closer look at this spinning coaster, shall we? So as I mentioned, it is a spinning coaster. Here's a look at all the stats here, green across the board. Anything that stands out? Not really. I mean, spinning coasters are generally pretty mild. We got 43 miles per hour. It's a pretty good speed. 16 meter is the biggest drop, so not anything out of the ordinary or crazy here. But it looks like we have a lot of looping, spinning, or opportunities to get the coaster spinning. So definitely gonna ride this one in first person and see how that spin is. If you get nauseous quite easily, you might want to skip to the next one. Let's give this a go. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait till the last train comes through, and we're gonna get on that one so we can, yes, let's get on this guy right here. Boom. All right, let's talk about it. Starting with the coaster, I do feel like it was spinning pretty radically. I mean, at one point, I think we did like a full 720 or something. Let's see here. Where was that? Is it here? Yeah, maybe right there. I saw you use the locking mechanism a couple times. What you could do is when you get out of a spin here, so it doesn't just continuously spin over and over and over again, you can do a little lock, and then it locks them going into the next spin, which eases the rapid motion. So you could do just a quick lock between the big turns, and that might help kind of readjust the coaster and make it so it's not spinning one way and then drastically spinning the other, and just play around with that control mechanism a little bit more. In terms of your theming, I think it looks pretty good. It's a fun underwater adventure ride. I would definitely suggest exploring the Theme Maker Toolkit creations, because so many people are doing these amazing underwater editions, which are free to download. So when you go to subscribe to the blueprint, it says, you know, would you like to download these things as well? Hit yes, but you can get some fishies swimming about, all sorts of really cool things that people have been making. I like the coral and the attempt to make this area feel somewhat submerged and underwater. So there's a lot of fun aspects here. The rock work doesn't feel too natural. It feels very man-made. So I would same feedback as the last creation. Try to switch up the variation. And because this is an underwater experience, the rock is going to be very mossy, very covered, and it's just going to be just smothered in all sorts of underwater foliage. And that does take a lot of work. However, you did have another 2,000 pieces to go with. So I would scatter about some more variation of the rocks, but then just cover it in seaweed, cover it in weeds. Just go ham with the colors. Underwater areas are very colorful, and you can go crazy with the lights, crazy with the, I mean, I like the lighting, and I think you could just get that color to pop more, and it's a little bit sparse in terms of decoration. So I mean, the rock layout itself is actually pretty, it's piled up nicely. I think it's just missing a little bit of that underwater life, the vegetation, and the creatures and stuff. So I think if you just went ham with another 2,000 pieces, it would be pretty remarkable. So that's my feedback to you, Calvin, on your first creation / submission here on Sea Spirit. Really good job. Keep up the good work. And with this creation, I'd say you're definitely above builder quality, so do apply for that workshop review. Looking at your workshop really quickly, you do have some pretty good stuff on here, so do apply for a promotion. Boom. And let's check out the last creation of the day. Cheetah, created by Floss, one of our Discord legend builders, and Missy Goods. She's one of our Discord moderators and helps me out with all of your guys' submissions that you are submitting. She helps make sure everybody's ranked out properly, that things are working. So thank you once again, Floss, for your continued support on the show. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. So let's check out her awesome creation and what she has to say. Sometimes a cat just wants to run. High-speed coaster, 2 launches, no inversions, and fast changing directions. It's inspired by Terran-ish. Well, when placing, make sure to place both the hippo pools are showing water. Sometimes the one in the back is too low. You shouldn't see any grass. Thanks, Johnny. Great to see you back, Floss. Boop! The classic boop. What was she saying about the hippos? She said we shouldn't see any grass. I mean, the water's looking a little green. I mean, it looks like it's all set up as intended. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong. Boop. Hopefully. All right, well, here it is. Cheetah. This looks phenomenal. It gives me the Planet Zoo vibes. At the time of this recording, Planet Zoo drops tomorrow, but by the time you guys see it, Planet Zoo would be going hard on the channel, I would hope. So Cheetah, definitely an adventure safari style theme. It's very reminiscent of Planet Zoo here, so very fitting for this segment or this time within the release window of Planet Zoo. So let's take a closer look at the coaster here, which we're dealing with a launch of Vector, green across the board, and look at the stats here. Track length is quite long, max speed 70 miles per hour, no inversions on this guy, and we are just racing around like 2 cheetahs. Now they do launch one after another, so I think we're gonna sit on the second one and chase the other cheetah. So let's get on this guy. There it is. Floss definitely knows her stuff when it comes to making a fun feeling, smooth coaster layout. Absolutely love it, and definitely knows how to do these safari feels. The hippos. Hippos are, well, in the beta, Planet Zoo beta, hippos ended up being my absolute favorite. If you guys saw my Zanzibar Zoo, it was all dedicated to the hippos. So definitely loving this little hippo hole that you got going over there. We got some crockies. I mean, it's fantastic. It also brings me back to Cassie Mbio is, I think, what it is. She did a go-kart, what was it? Go-kart safari race off-road way back when we did, I think the scenario contest it was. And I think she ended up winning that. So very good stuff. Floss is definitely good with this theming. And this theming is not native to Planet Coaster, the sort of safari African vibe, and it definitely nailed it here. So I'm super excited to see what Floss does here on the show for Planet Zoo. So be sure to subscribe, guys, and stay tuned for that, because I'm sure we're going to see some awesome stuff out of Floss here today. So again, thank you for your help on the show with everything you've done so far, Floss. We love you, and we definitely appreciate everything that you do. So give some love to Floss down in the comments below, everybody. Let her know what you thought about her coaster, as well as our other 2 creators, Jabberwocky and Calvin here, some beginner builders on the channel. So really good stuff here today, guys. Loved all your creations. Let me know what you guys thought of them down in the comments below, and that's going to do it for me here today, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for more daily Planet Coaster Planet Zoo videos, and if you'd like to support the show, please do check out my Patreon page. Links are down in the description below. All right, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.